Um, yeah, it's good. I like what everybody's saying, and it makes you think now. It's like, so is young as basically being young mean fun? You know what I mean? Is young our definition of fun? And and does old always mean like how can I say it? Does old always mean stiff?
Constricted and
Stiff or yeah, and so and it makes you wonder. And I mean, to think about it, see, I guess why it seems like young is so fun is because we keep on like going on doing unwise things, and of course label it fun because everybody else is doing it.
yeah,
And we just basically how should I say embellish or just oversaturate ourselves with pleasure.
yeah,
That a lot of it is really unwise. But as you're older, you become wise and you become like, man, I wish I would have done it different. And so it develops a stiff tone because you realize what your fun gotten yourself into. And so I guess that's what we mix up. And we don't get the cycle. We don't get the cycle that we keep on putting ourselves in where, yeah, young fun, and then you power yourself up, and then you're like, no more fun. Like, and we're going in this cycle, and it's really just a balance, I mean, there's still old people that have fun, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's still young people that are mature and know how to handle business. It's just that we need to get our mindset out of the majority, out of everybody's doing it, out of our media, or whatever we get, because everything that is food is not good for us anyway.
Yeah.
If I say that like a metaphor, just because they give it to us doesn't mean we should just receive it. Sometimes we should think critical, and I think that's what we're missing in our youth generation. We don't think critically no more. We just think, oh well, it feels nice. Let me go for it. You know what I mean? And not really think like
YOLO,
okay.
bro. YOLO.
YOLO, exactly. And so we don't think like, okay, it's gonna feel nice having sex with this girl tonight, but what is it gonna do to my life? We don't think about those things.
No.
We just think about. We don't even think. I just say that. We don't even think sometimes. We just like, and we just go. And sometimes we don't see the turns we're making.
Yeah.
And if you don't see the turns you're making, then you're gonna hit into somebody's car, or you're gonna hit into a tree, or off the road, whatever, or you run out of gas. There's so many things that could go down, and I think really we need to understand wisdom more. I mean, if you look in the Bible, young people, like there was like a young king. There was a king that's like maybe like what 12 years old or so, like really young, and yet he was king, And then Abraham and Isaiah, Isaiah was getting married around about his teens. Like they was talking about fiance around 16 years. Like back then, a teenager was an adult. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Huh?
So that's even now in some countries.
Yeah, teenagers, some adults, but yet somehow we missed that.
Yeah.
We missed that, and we get so caught up in, well, I'm young, and this is my time, and we look at that time in a different manner. We don't look at that time as I need to get myself ready. No, we look at this time as, well, I should do whatever I want. And at the end of the day, it's that grasshopper and ant metaphor. Well, the ant saw this time as, this is a time to store food.
Yeah.
Well, grasshopper said, man, it's only going to be winter, so this is the time to go crazy. Wow. And so it's really how we view our perception. It's really how we view it. You know what I mean?
It really is, man. It really is. It's definitely.
Well, I got a question. Okay, we've talked about, we've hit both sides already, but we've said already young is for preparation. Is that just what it's for, though? What else could your youth be for?
Well, I don't know.
while we're young, like, I understand preparing and, you know, making wise choices, but I think it's all good in moderation as well, because while we're young, we have less responsibilities, and once we get older, we'll have more responsibilities. So I can't get intoxicated because I'll have a 2-year-old kid or something, and so I know that I'll have to be responsible so I can take care of my child. So I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it, because sometimes I do say, well, I don't care. I'm young. Like, I'm going to have a good time right now, because I know that when I'm like 25 or 23, I'm not going to have this chance again. You know, and I think it's definitely different for women than it is for males, because I only have 12 more years before I have to have a baby, you know, and so I know I don't have to reproduce, but I will. And so I have to live up right now, because in a few years I'm not gonna have a chance again. So I don't know where I'm at. I'm on the fence a little bit. I'm on the fence. Do it in moderation, I think.
Does that scare you at all?
Yeah, heck yeah.
How so?
Because this is on a whole different topic, but I want to know my man. You know, I want to at least date for 4 to 5 years. Then I want us to get married, and then I want to be married for like 2 to 3 years before we have kids. So if you add that up, that's 7 years, and I only got 12 years left.
Girl, that's 5 years. That's a lot. That's a whole nickel. That's a whole nickel.
You know? And so males don't think about that. Like, I have 12 years left, but I need 7 of that to have a man. So I got 3 years to get cracking. You know what I mean? And so that's scary, because I'm not trying to just settle down with anybody. I want it to be the right person, but it's so scary because I'm running out of time. And it's scary. It's definitely scary because I'm running out of time, and I know I want to do it right. I know that I haven't done a lot of biblical things right. So I want to make sure I'm married for my child, for sure. That's my one goal. Be married for my child, and I want to stay together, for sure. So we'll see.
Yeah. I don't think young is just preparation, honestly. I really don't. I think young, like, I heard a pastor said that when you have kids around the church, like kids, they bring life to the church. And so there's certain things that, you know, young people have a zeal. You know what I mean? We have this certain zeal, especially when we're teenagers. Oh my gosh, we have too much zeal, and there's always something to be done. Like when a young person has wisdom, they could do stuff. Like, and it's kind of crazy. Like, I'm in this population class, and they was talking about that they look for countries who have a majority of young people, because that means they usually will do like strikes or something like that, like the 70s. You know what I mean? Where it's just like they're out there and they're rebellious. And I think young people cause movements. You don't see old people like that. Like, you know what I mean? You see young people out there marching for the most part. And I'm not saying like if you're 40 you can't march. I'm not saying that. But you can see that there's something in young people, something in us that just wants to sometimes express. There's something in us that just wants to express and to infect and to speak. You know, that's a big thing for a young person, is to speak and be heard. To be seen and be heard. That's a big thing. I think what we need to understand is that sometimes, you know, we have to learn. That's what I have to say. First we have to learn, then we can speak. Then we can do these things. Sometimes we feel like we can do these things without learning. And that's the issue right there. You know, because you hear, you know, the untalented people or whatever, and sometimes they're not talented. Sometimes it's not the fact that they aren't talented, because maybe they are. It's just they have a lack of knowledge, and a lack of knowledge destroy people. You know what I mean? And that's the thing for us young people, is that now we need to obtain knowledge. When you're 13, obtain knowledge, attain the whole picture.
You know what's even more amazing about that is that the younger you are, the easier it is to receive. Think about a baby, you know, I pick up everything, and you know it goes all the way. I mean, to your mid-teen years, where you're just a receiver of everything. It's like we were made to learn while we were young. So
Yeah,
But
exactly.
babies get so much attention though. Babies get so much attention, and so if you actually think about like as you grow and progress, it's like, I'm sorry to bring this up though, but Trayvon Martin, he was just a teen and he received so much attention drawn to him prior to whatever happened to him. And so if we start thinking about, I love what Troy was bringing, because not only are we prepared, or we should be preparing in youth, but it's the time where you're the strongest. And in the Bible it says, this is, let your youth glorify me. Let your youth glorify me. Let your youth bring me praises, because that's exactly what is there to do. Like, you can do the work of 2. You can do the work of 10 in your youth. So,
Yeah, most definitely.